Hello, it is Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving another relatively gentle, early week themed crossword. And this early week, hopefully fairly approachable themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Alan Blunder, Mitchell Turek, Henrik Koskinen, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incredible Horrent family. Those five are benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they directly support this channel, and that support keeps this series going, for which I'm very grateful. Thanks to them. Thanks to everybody who's a patron of the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel in that same way, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video, where you can find all of the bonus videos available to patrons. And I have to issue an apology. I'm sorry. The video that I've been referring to as this month's monthly bonus puzzle from the New York Times was incorrect. I uploaded the wrong video. That's been replaced. It's there now. You can watch this month's monthly bonus video themed around Make a Gift Day, one of the many tenuous holidays celebrated by the monthly bonus puzzle. That's up on the Patreon page. Thank you to the patron who alerted me to that in the Solver Society channel in the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is the channel available to Patreon backers. Anyway, yes, thank you to everybody who does back the channel. And speaking of that Daily Solve Patreon campaign, speaking of the Daily Solve Discord chat server, all the rest of it, other than that one channel, is free for anybody to join. And there's a link in the description field to that friendly chat community. Finally, it's a big help if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube and interact with the videos. All those things are helpful. All right, let's get on to the crossword. This is a Tuesday puzzle by Seth Whiteberg, who's yet another debut constructor. Welcome to him. We've had quite a few of those recently. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. This puzzle will, of course, have a theme. Let's find out what it is, and let's start solving. Blank 2600, bygone console. So this is a video game console, the Atari 2600. Which I never had any Ataris. So actually, I didn't really have any video game consoles growing up, but I wasn't even really familiar with the Atari. I don't even think I've played one ever, actually. All right, raised, 6 across, raised. Rose? That seems too obvious. It's not quite right. I don't know. Can't think what that is. Oops, certainly not that. Worker Welfare Organization. This has been coming up a fair amount recently. It's OSHA, which is the U.S. federal agency that oversees workplace safety. So there we go. Guitar accessories could be, what, amps or strings? Neither of those fits. Picks, maybe? Although this looks odd. Maybe RKO? No, it's not correct. Capos, maybe? Capo is the thing you'd put on a guitar to essentially shift up the entire tuning of the guitar by a number of semitones equal to the number of sort of how many frets high on the neck you put it. So you can retune a guitar up very quickly with a capo. Mechanical repetition would be, you could learn something by rote. You could learn it by mechanical repetition. There you go. Just sort of repeat it to yourself again and again and so on. Capital of Ghana is Accra. There we go. Prey snatcher is a talon, maybe. So you could have a bird of prey, which literally, picks up prey with its talons. That seems plausible. Issue a mea culpa would be to apologize. There we go. And this cardboard belt is a waste of paper, for example. This is some kind of pun, because a waste. So yes, I mean, you've made a belt out of cardboard that goes around your waist, but then, of course, a waste of paper, if you heard someone say that, you'd think they're referring to waste in the sense of excess or discard, which is not how this one is spelled. So what is that? A clothes pun? Oh, right. Is it clothes pun, like clothespin, but we're replacing the I with a U, perhaps? I think that might be what this is. That's my guess. We'll see if that holds true. What about this one? Sorta suffix is ish. So we could have other kinds of puns, maybe. Other cases where we change an I to a U, maybe? Or maybe other vowels. I don't know. We'll keep going and we'll find out. Like the Gobi. The Gobi Desert. Could be sear. Could be very dry. or arid might be better. So let's look at the crosses here. How hors d'oeuvres may be served. On a platter? Yeah, that fits. Then this could be arid, so very dry, the Gobi Desert. And then typographical embellishment could be a serif, which we have on this font up here, for instance, the little feet that extend off the ends of the strokes of the individual glyphs. Okay, 17 syllable verse, a haiku, at least in the way that we typically think of them, which is, what is it? 5 syllables, then 7, then 5. French forest in a Shakespeare play. Arden, I think. Let's see, is this right? Close, yes, if someone's close by, they're near. And then here we have a sharp increase would be a spike in, I don't know, the numbers. And then here we have good times doing bench presses. Right, okay. So is it sort of dorsal fin, dorsal fun, or something like that? So we are changing the I to U, but not to create the word pun. And interesting, it is an N at the end this time, so maybe we'll change in to un in each case? Maybe? Let's find out. Good times doing bench presses. Something fin. And anterior, I don't know. I'm wondering if it's an anatomical term, but I'm not sure. Took a load off. If you sat down, you took a load off. Let's go back up here. We haven't ever filled in this little square, or this little region. White tees and blue jeans, e.g. Clothes? Not sure. Hit the ball out of the park, say, to excel or to go big, to, what with a P? Not sure. End of an academic address. We've been seeing this quite a bit recently as well. EDU, the end of a university's web address. And a fox's refuge, a fox could have a den. Raised. I still don't see what this is. Don't know why. Here we have aide de camp, so this would be someone's kind of, trusted lieutenant or a, your right hand sort of person. So if you hit the ball out of the park, say, I still don't see what this is. I don't know why. Noon on some clocks. Noon on some clocks. Oh, is it Roman numerals, as might be illustrated on a clock face? Yeah, okay. So XII for 12 for noon. Okay, there we go. Ticked as a box. You X'd the box. There we go. Great. White tees and blue jeans. Oh, basics, as in basic articles of clothing. There we go. So if you raised an animal, you bred it. I see. Okay. And then hit the ball out of the park, say, is to rip it, I guess? That sounds... Rip it. He hit the ball out of the park, you ripped it. Yeah, I mean, I guess... I don't know. I think it sounds plausibly correct, so I'll leave it. Oh, pectoral fin? There we go. That was the basic idea I was trying to get at. Some kind of anatomical reference to a fin on a sea creature or something like that. But I couldn't think of the right word. Anyway, there we go. Pectoral fun, because doing bench presses, you're working out your pectoral muscles, and then it derives from pectoral fin. Great. Where tourists might take a picture of themselves seemingly holding up a tower. This is a thing that people do in front of the Tower of Pisa in Italy. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, that is. Canvases for crossword constructors. A grid is the canvas on which you might construct a crossword, as did this person, Sam Whiteberg, in his debut crossword, for the New York Times anyway. Bread for Baba Ganoush could be pita bread. And singer Aura, Rita Ora, there we go, has become a real mainstay of the crossword in the last few years, I think. Both with Rita and Aura, I suppose they're both incredibly useful short crossword words because they have common letters and are at least half vowels in each case. Iridescent gem, an opal, that's another very common bit of crossword fill. Granola grain, an oat, is used in granola. Billy the Kid for one. Billy the Kid. What is Billy the Kid an example of? Not sure. Mollusks named for their shape. Reusable shopping bag, a tote bag maybe? And why the pizza oven is so hard to clean. Oh, that's funny. It it looks like pizza could fit right in here because of that, just the crosses I happen to have, but it won't be because we have pizza in the clue. We're not going to then put it in the answer as well. Do I think it'll end with un? Maybe. Not sure though. What about these cinephiles channel? Oh, maybe it won't. It won't. Maybe the change happens elsewhere in the answer. So cinephiles channel. I think this is probably TMC, Turner Movie Classics. It's a channel that shows classic films. And then to scrape out a living, for instance, would be to eke out a living. Oh no, this doesn't look right though, does it? Oh no, it's TCM. Sorry, Turner Classic Movies is it not TMC? Sorry, TCM. Okay, there we go. Why the pizza oven is so hard to clean? Something. Not sure. Right. Okay. Thought I'd be able to infer something from that, but seemingly not. If something lasted longer than something else, it outlived it? No. Outlasted? No, it did not last it because that's in the clue. I don't know, but it probably starts with out. So, something is stuck rather than stick. Maybe that is the I changing to you. Bed frame piece, a slat. So you have slats in a bed frame holding the mattress. And then I want to turn, let me. Blank poker bluffing game. Liar's poker, I think that's right. So what is this? Lasted longer than. Outstayed? Maybe? Stock advice, say. I'm not sure. Okay, let's look elsewhere. Shabby, maybe. Old, and something's old and shabby? Not sure that's right, but it could be. Curious, something curious is odd. A little whirlpool is an eddy, and to shout with laughter is to howl? Yeah, to howl with laughter. There we go. Why the pizza oven is so hard to clean? Baffled by this. Hella stuck. Some Northern California slang for you there. I don't know. What about this? Egyptian ruler from 51 to 30 BC familiarly. Who is that? I'll probably feel silly for not getting it more quickly once I see it. I don't know. Largest movie theater chain in the world. In 3 letters, my guess would be AMC. Let's see. Billy the Kid for 1. Oh, Mott's. Mozzarella stick. Wow, so that's changed from mozzarella stick. No, this is raw. Okay, it's not hella stuck. That I thought that seemed very strange, and it was much too strange. Mozzarella stuck, that's what it is. Mozzarella stick changes to mozzarella stuck. Okay, so it's not, the N is not at all requisite. It's just an I changing to a U. So mozzarella stick changes to mozzarella stuck. Okay. There we go. Sorry for that ridiculous detour. Hilarious in a text could be LOL, laughing out loud. Or lots of laughs, I guess. Billy the Kid for 1. Oh, an alias. Right. Okay. Yes. So not his real name, but rather an alias. There we go. That makes sense. Mollusks named for their shape are... Oh, this still doesn't ring a bell to me. What about this one? Auditioned, maybe. You read for a line. And... Oh. Egyptian... Oh, Cleopatra. Okay, Cleopatra came into my mind, but I didn't say it because it was too long, but I didn't read... Oh, maybe I did read. I don't remember if I read this aloud or not, but I certainly wasn't thinking about this word familiarly. So when you see that, it means a shortened version or a casual or colloquial version of the answer. And in this case, Cleo is a familiar version of Cleopatra. Ah, that's annoying that I didn't think of that. Anyway, there we go. Mollusks named for their shape are, razor clams. Yeah, there we go. Those are mollusks of which I'm aware. Desire in the dessert aisle. Desire in the dessert aisle. Something like a sweet tooth or so, that sort of concept, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure still, yeah. Stock advice say, right. I was thinking of this as being stock advice as in standard advice that's ordinarily handed out. But it could be a tip on buying stock. So it could be a tip or it could be buy. Actually, it's probably a tip because then this would be out. Oh, yeah, this could be outstayed then. Let's try it and see. Hand in Spanish, mano. Petulant. How many sardines are packed? Often they're packed in oil in a tin. And then WhatsApp owner is Meta, which is now what this sort of Facebook company calls itself. If you took a dive, you ate it. You had a disastrous performance. And petulant ends with a Y maybe? One way to be in love, madly in love. There we go. And then on that, you can count on. So a ram. So, okay, I think what this means is a female sheep, can count on a ram. On that, the ram, the ewe can count. So the ewe depends on the ram, I think is what's going on there, the male sheep. Okay. Start of some advice, or a phonetic hint to 17, 24, 37, and 48 across. Right. So this is something about changing an I to a U. Oh, so it probably ends with U. Y-O-U. Oh, right, of course. The petulant person is pouty. There we go. If I were you. There we go. So, yes, if we change I to U, but of course, as the clue says, this is a phonetic hint. So U becomes the letter U. Great. Okay, got it. I see. Black Panther composer Göransson shares his first name with another famous composer. Oh, Ludwig Göransson, who shares his name with, of course, the famous Ludwig van Beethoven. So there we go. Great. I was broadly aware of this composer, Göransson, but I don't know what else he's worked on. Anyway, there we go. Summertime quaff could be an aid, like a lemonade, for instance, or a limeade. Boxer Ali, whose first name contains only the letters in Ali. Layla Ali, there we go. This is a name that comes up in the crossword occasionally, actually. I feel I went through a phase about 6 months ago or so where it was in the crossword quite frequently. But anyway, there we go. Okay, it has the makings of a hero. It has the makings of a hero. Oh, a deli, a hero, so a sandwich, sort of kind of submarine sandwich. So a delicatessen, a deli, might make you such a sandwich. And they might be checked at the door, IDs. You might be age checked at a door. Convention freebies would be swag, so you can get a bag of fairly disposable, usually, things that you maybe toss or maybe keep. Not a lot could be few of something. There we go. And desire in the dessert aisle. Right, okay, so some sort of lust. Grocery lust. There we go. From grocery list is the original phrase. We've changed the I to a U. Nipping pests are gnats. They could nip at you. And nettles, something. So it could, my first thought was nettles, on plant life, but it could be nettles in the sense of something really nettles you. It gets to you. It works you up. It riles you. Could be the answer. Let's check the crosses. Blank horn, Irish musician. I don't know offhand, but it's presumably going to be an Irish name, so it could be Neil spelled this way. What about this? Snake-like fish, an eel, and then, like some wine barrels, are oaken, an oak wine barrel in which various things are aged, whiskey sometimes, for instance. Alka-Seltzer, overflow with is to team with, and then tax form figures. Oh, whoops, nope, I didn't mean to type that, sorry. Tax form figures are, in this case, SSNs for Social Security numbers, a U.S. unique identifying number for tax and other purposes. So, there we go. A relatively approachable Tuesday puzzle, I think, with a nice theme. This is a pretty classic crossword theme. If I were you, it's very straightforward to understand, but it takes, You have to solve a few of them to understand what's going on, but then when you do, the revealer is very straightforward. If I were you, and it exactly describes what's going on in the theme clues. So we have this cardboard belt is a waste of paper, for example. That would be a clothes pun, modified from clothespin. The good times during bench presses might be referred to as pectoral fun, modified from pectoral fin. The pizza oven is so hard to clean because of the mozzarella stuck. Modified from mozzarella stick and not mozzarella stuck. Well, that's not the answer anyway. Okay. Desire in the dessert aisle would be your grocery lust, modified from grocery list. All of these fulfill the theme, if I were you. Very good. That was the Tuesday crossword. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. Let me know how you fared with that theme and how many of these you jumped straight to. I always wish when I'm solving this kind of puzzle that I would have been able to just instantly see all the puns. But sometimes I need more crosses. Anyway, there we go. That was the Tuesday crossword. I will, of course, be back tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the New York Times crossword, so join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.